Hello everybody and welcome to my Outlast Collectables guide. Now you may be wondering why we are starting right at the beginning of the game, and that's because the first collectible is right at the beginning, and it gives me a little bit of time to explain some stuff. Now as I go through this, I will be giving what some might consider spoilers. I don't think anything I'll say will be spoilers, but you never know. So just a heads up, if you're watching this before you play the game and you don't want it to be spoiled, don't watch more than like the next collectible ahead. That would be my advice to you for this. Now, as we go through it, I will be saying I'll try and just give environmental points. Like I won't be like, well, right after this happens or right before this happens. I'll just try and be like, when you reach this hallway with this thing in it. So as you can see, very beginning of the game, we pull up and our first collectible is the whistleblower document. And it is right in the car seat next to you. It cannot be missed. It is the first thing that happens in the game. Now, for those of you who don't know, you get documents just by picking them up, and you get notes by using your camcorder to record certain events in the game. Now, the first event you'll want is when you first come through this gate here. You'll want to point up at there, and you'll automatically get the note as you approach. The next collectible, just after you get into the asylum, you'll come across this here. It is the first gap that you squeeze through like this. So that'll be your marker for this collectible. Then if you go over to room 214, or A214 I guess, and you walk in, it will be right there on the desk. Alright, so for the next collectible, potential spoiler ahead. When you reach the library, you have to go through here. There will be that. But you take out your camcorder, turn on the night vision, and as you progress through the library, you will reach this guy here. So just record what he has to say, and you'll get your note. The next collectible, after you witness this scene here, I'm not going to say how you get here, but once you get down here onto the main floor, you come over here to the security booth, and right next to this guard on the desk is your document. Next collectible, as you can see, starting from the same point as the last one, you hang a left and you go this way. Just follow my path here. You just go through that door into the lit up room, and if you take a right inside, you will find your document. Alright, the next collectible is a note. Once you reach room A115, you have to progress this way, so just pay attention to the room numbers. You will come to this room here with these guys watching the TV. Just pull out your camcorder and you will get the note. Small note for anybody watching this. This is the reception area. If you walk over here and hit the elevator button, it will do that and get you an achievement. From the elevator, if you go right, you do have to go this way during the story. So you'll see these 4 pictures of these lovely gentlemen hanging on the wall there. And you want to go into the bathroom on the left. So pull out your camcorder and approach. As you open up the door, you will get that. And that is your note. If you continue along that same hallway, the bathroom's just down there, and you'll reach room A126. If you go into this room here, go over to the desk, and your collectible will be waiting for you. Now, I can't really do this one without a spoiler, so once you first try and access the security console to unlock the main doors, hide in the locker as the game tells you to, and just pull out your camcorder and wait. Eventually, something will happen and you'll get the note. Alright, next collectible, you will progress along until you get to this point here. You will go down in the basement, you'll squeeze through this crack in the wall, and directly on your right after you come out is the last document for chapter 1. Alright, the next collectible, just keep progressing through the main game. Once you hit this point, you can't miss it. You have to do this. Just pull out your camcorder and you will automatically get the note. Alright, next collectible. After you have shimmied along a ledge by your fingertips, you will come to this hallway here. You'll see the blood arrows there, the broken room there, and this sign that says C block. If you go to the left instead of the right like you're supposed to and hop in this window here, you can see just over on the desk is your document. Now the next collectible, shortly after that, once you go through this door here that we just saw, and as you run along, you just make sure to look down into the thing with your camera. Alright, the next collectible is in cell block D. Once you reach here, it's really loud. You will strafe across that ledge and jump this gap here. This cell block on the cell door, sorry, on the left that you can open has the collectible. I've made a mistake and picked it up. It's sitting right here on this desk though. Alright, for the next collectible, after you drop through the hole in the floor in cell block D, you'll reach this area here. Just bring out your camera as you go down the stairs and you will get the recording. That was the last collectible for chapter 2. The next one, beginning chapter 3, we are now in the sewers for, story reasons. So when you reach the area that looks like this, you'll come forward and you will see the gap that you're supposed to go through to progress on the right. So if you take a left and then a right, next to this broken ladder will be your document. The next collectible, as you progress along, eventually you will reach a hallway that looks like this. So take note of it, and once you do, come up, ignore the light, and take a left, and just record what this guy has to say, and you'll get your note. For the next one, keep progressing through the sewers until you reach this area here. And once that thing drops in front of you, you'll see another catwalk you can climb up to in front of you. So just hop up there and run along this one to get into this room here. And next to the guy on the floor is your document. Continue to progress through the sewers until you squeeze through this gap here. You'll see a set of stairs on your right that says mail ward next to them. That's where you're supposed to go. But if you continue along to the left, pull out your camera and you will get a note for filming what is in the room. Next collectible, just a little ways forward from where you were, you will come to a room with this guy here. So what you want to do for this one is exit through the door in his room, turn on your night vision and take a left, and when you enter this, look for the writing on the wall. Progressing along, once you reach this area here, fairly recognizable, just come this way. You're supposed to go up that vent, keep going past it, and you will find this in the back right hand corner. Alright, for your next collectible, a bunch of stuff goes down and you get trapped in this room with this guy here. So what you want to do is go over to him, keep your camera on him, but make sure you hide under a bed. And just keep your camera on him and you'll get the note eventually. Alright, for your next collectible, you'll want to keep progressing. You will climb through a couple of air vents during a thing that's going on, and when you climb out of the second one, there should be a bathroom directly in front of you. And if you go in here, open up the rightmost stall, there will be your document. Alright, for your next collectible, once you find yourself in an elevator facing this scene, unfortunately, hopefully this isn't too much of a spoiler, but this is the collectible, is this scene, which can't really be helped. For your next collectible, once you reach this area of the game here, you have to go through here. You're supposed to go around to the left, but if you come to the right beforehand, and just around the bench is your document. Your next collectible, once you reach the room that's all smoky, or the hallway I guess, it's all smoky like this, you'll want to run, jump up here. This is the way you have to go. And you will reach this area here. So progress through as you would normally, but just make sure once you reach this area here to take out your camera and record what this guy has to say. Shortly thereafter, you make your way out of the cafeteria. You'll come to this area here. Now you're supposed to squeeze through there to continue on, but if you take out your camera, so you have night vision, and hang a right, you'll come to this set of offices here, and with this document sitting on the desk waiting for you. The last collectible for this chapter, once you reach the cafeteria here in the kitchen, you're supposed to go out through that door, but if you take a left and go all the way around through this door, just pull out your camera and film this bowl. Next collectible, starting the next chapter, once you reach this area here, you might recognize it. Just hang a right and go into that office, and the desk at the end has your document. From the last collectible, exit, and you will find this fountain here. Take a left around it and just aim yourself at that light in the distance. Eventually, you will come to a set of stairs, climb up, and your document will be waiting for you. Alright, for your next collectible, you will reach this point here after getting a key. It unlocks the maintenance shed, which is where we are. So just have your camcorder out, and I'd recommend having your night vision on, even if, you know, you think it's bright enough, just because it makes what you catch a little bit easier to see. All right, now the fourth and last collectible in this chapter. Once you reach this point here, after some stuff happens, you'll see this fountain here. Lovely fountain filled with blood. Just record it, and you will get your note. Next collectible, once you reach this room here, it's very dark, it's the laundry room. All you have to do, as you can see I already got the note, is just walk up and film this smoke and crap that is in this machine. After exiting the laundry room, you will come across this area here. You will see this sign that says that there are stairs to the left. So what you want to do is take a right, obviously, and run just straight path all the way down to the end until you come across this set of stairs here, and in the corner underneath them will be your document. Your next collectible, once you reach this scene with the spinning wheelchair, just continue over and go to the elevator and just record inside of it. Okay, starting from the same point, you go past the wheelchair and down the set of stairs at the far end of the room. Through this door, hang a right, and in the back left-hand corner will be a desk and that guy over there, but the desk has your document. Next collectible, once you reach this room here, minor spoiler, the floor gives out, you have to climb back up. Very minor spoiler. Continuing on though from that point, you will come into this room here, and if you go to the back left-hand corner, you will find a bed flipped over with a document on top of it. Okay, so your next collectible, shortly after leaving that room, a thing will happen here, but take a right and then a left, and then come in here to film this for your next note. Much further along into the next, well, there's a lot left to that last chapter, but into the next chapter, just a little ways, you'll come to this point here where you're in a vent and you see a body that you need to push out of the way. Instead of going that way though, take a right-hand turn while you're in the vents for your collectible. Once you're at the end, you'll drop down into an office. Once we get there, unfortunately no sprint in the vents. Here we go. Into the office, and there it is right on the desk. Shortly after that, after you've pushed the body out of the vent and climbed out, take a left and go into the library. At the very back of the library, there will be a computer desk with your document. Okay, the next collectible is a little bit harder to miss. Once you reach this area here, this will happen. Just film the screen and you will get your note. From that last collectible, if you head towards the back away from the screen, you'll see this lit up office here on the left. So go through there, open up the next door and continue on all the way through into this back room, and the document is just up the stairs waiting for you. A little further on from the theater, you'll come to this room here. You'll be in a kitchen and you'll exit to see that guy standing there. So what you want to do from him is turn on your night vision so you can see, and take a left, go through this door, take another left, and continue on until you get to this room here that's lit up with the pool table and this guy in front of the TV. He is your note. Once you've progressed a little further and you crawl through this space here with that guy praying, you walk through his door, take a right and look for room B329. It will be up here on the right. Open that up, and just inside, there we go, will be your document. Alright, and your next collectible and final one for this chapter, just walk in, continue along. When you reach this thing, just keep recording and you'll get it. Alright, for your next collectible, once again, kind of really big spoiler here, but if you made it this far, you're dedicated. So as you continue on, you'll see this door with that symbol. Just pull out your camcorder in this room and record. It'll give you the note. There's nothing really specific to point at. The next collectible, as you can see, haven't really moved. If you go around the desk, you will find it waiting on reception. Next collectible, once you reach this hallway here, you'll want to go in the second door on your left, room A004, and the document will be sitting on the table in the middle. Next one, as we continue on, you will come to this path here. You will see a door leading out there, and these doors to your right. So if you take the doors to your right and pull out your camera, just record the morphogenic engine formula on the board, and that's it. Okay, now between this collectible and the last, you will have gotten another one yourself, but it was pure story based and you cannot miss it, so I didn't want to show it for spoilers. Once you reach this room, however, with the big loud buzzer, you hang a right, and on the desk with the security guard is your document. Now the next one, if you bring out your camera as those big doors open and just record in front of you, you will get your other note. From the last note, just take a walk in here and record this guy in the bubble on your left. From him, directly on your right, is the document that you need. The next collectible, once you reach this room here, just pull out your camera, record for a second, and you will get the note. From the last collectible, we came in the room there, run up the stairs, and instead of going right like you're supposed to, take a left into this office, and on the desk is your document. A little bit further on, you will come to this room here. Now you're supposed to go that way and do a thing, but if you wait for a second and take a left, on the desk at the end is your document. Alright, now you have one more note to get. Now I'm not going to show it because it's a big spoiler, but all I have to say is once you have completed your goal, just film what you accomplished. I'll show you what you need to film last after this, just in case you don't want to see it. But that was all of the collectibles now. That was all of your documents and all of your notes in order. So thank you all for watching, and I hope this helped. Now, for those of you who would like to see what exactly it is you're supposed to film, it is this here. It is Billy after you've killed him in his bubble.